In this lecture, we shall discuss about uh, how to write the Verilog code for a 4-bit gray to binary converter. In one of the previous lecture, we already discussed about how to write a Verilog code for 4-bit for a binary to gray converter, and now we will try to write code for 4-bit gray to binary code converter. So first we will write the truth table for 4-bit binary, 4-bit gray to binary code converter. Then we will write the behavior model, structure model, and data flow model, and then test bench, and finally the software demonstration. So here, this is the truth table of 4-bit gray to binary code converter. So basically we need a circuit like this. I am drawing the block diagram. 4-bit inputs are like G3, G2, G1 and G0, and the outputs are binary numbers, 4-bit binary numbers, B3, B2, B1 and B0. So here G3, G2, G1, G0, these are our inputs. These are our inputs. And B3, B2, B1 and B0, these are our outputs. Okay, so how to convert a 4-bit gray number into binary number? I will just explain you about this conversion for this gray number, right? So our gray number is 0110. 0110. What you do, this is your MSB. So this is your MSB, most significant bit, and this is our LSB, least significant bit. So we will write the MSB bit as it is 0. Then with this bit I will add the next bit. So 0 plus 1 is 1. Now with this I will add the next bit. 1 plus 1 is 0. So after addition, if we are having if some carry is generated, then neglect that carry. So in this case, one carry is generated. 1 plus 1 is 0, and carry is generated. So we have neglected the carry, and this 0 will be added with the LSB bit. So 0 plus 0 is 0. So this is my binary code, which is equivalent to this gray code, right? So binary code is 0100. You can see here 0100. Okay, I will take another example. So this is my gray code, right? 1010. So MSB, write it as it is. With this you add the next number. You add the next number. 1 plus 0 is 1. With this one you add the next number. 1 plus 1 is 0, and neglect the carry. And with this 0 you add the next number. 0 plus 0 is 0. So the binary code is 1100. You can see here 1100. So in this way we will first complete this truth table, right? And after that, for each output bit, for example for B0, we will draw the K-map, right? We will draw the K-map, and this is a 16 cell K-map. Okay, and from this K-map we will find out the expression for B naught, and in this way we will find the expression for B1, B2 and B3. Okay, so already I have done here. So expression for B3 is this first G3. Expression for B2 is G3 XOR G2. Expression for B1 is G2 XOR G1. And expression for B0 is G1 XOR G0. So here you can see G3, and here I have connected one buffer, right? And same value of G3 is transferred to B3. Now G2. So for G2 you can see here 1 minute. Yes, for B2. For this B2, you can see the expression G3 XOR G2. So here this input is G3 and this input is G2, and we have used the XOR gate. Now for B1, for this, the expression is G2 XOR G1. So you can see here G1 is one of the input of this XOR gate, and second input is G1. Okay. There is a 1 minute. There is slight correction is required here. Okay, I will redraw this diagram. Okay. So first for this B3, right? So my output is B3 and input is G3. Okay, next output is B2 and it is the XOR of G2 and G3. So here I will draw the XOR gate. Okay, this is my B2 and it is the XOR of G3 and G2. Okay, so suppose the name of this XOR label I have given X1 and this is buffer B1. Then you come to the next expression for B1. So B1 is G2 XOR G1. Here this cap, if you recall, this is one operator or XOR operator which is denoted by this cap. So B1 is G2 XOR G1. So again we have one XOR gate. The output of this XOR gate is B1 and its input is G2 and G1, and this XOR gate I have given the label X2. Now for expression B0. So again we need one XOR gate. The output of this XOR gate will give me B0 and the inputs are G1 and G0. And this XOR gate I am giving it a label X3. Okay. So now here you will find the behavior model of 4-bit gray to binary converter. We start with module, we end with end module. The name to this module I have given gray underscore to underscore binary. My ports are G and B, and input ports are, I have declared here a vector type, right? G 3 to 0, and output port is also a vector type B, which is 3 to 0. And since we are writing the behavior model, so we will declare this output port as a rig type, right? Because we are going to assign some values to this output port. Now always at the rate and the inputs of my circuit. So these are my inputs: G3, G2, G1, G0, which is represented by G. So I have included G as a sensitivity list. Then begin, end, because multiple statements are there. That's why we need begin and end. And first statement, B3 is equal to G3, this one. Second, B2, G3 XOR G2. Third statement, B1 is equal to G2 XOR G1. Third statement, B0 is equal to G1 XOR G0. So in this way, this is a complete Verilog behavior model. And here we have written the Dataflow model. So again, we start with module, we end with end module. The name I have given here, gray underscore to underscore binary, and ports are G, B. So same input port we have declared by this statement, and this is not input, this is output. Output. Okay. Now for Dataflow model, we are using here assign statement. So assign B3 is equal to G3, assign B2 is equal to G3 XOR G2, assign B1 is equal to G2 XOR G1, and assign B0 is equal to G1 XOR G0. So in this way, we have completed the Dataflow model. Now you come to the structure model. So module and module, in between these two keywords, we will write the code. So the name to this Verilog module I have given gray underscore to underscore binary. G and B are the ports. So we have declared input ports by keyword input, and here this is output, right? So in place here we have to write output. So B3, B2, B1, B0, these 4 elements will be created by this statement. Then we will write the instantiation statement like 1, 2, 3 and 4. First, BUF. BUF is a predefined keyword in Verilog which denotes a buffer which is already predefined, right? So BUF, and its label I have given B1. So for that I have written B1, and inside the bracket, first you have to write the output, right? So whenever you are writing the structure model and you are using predefined components, then first you have to write the output and after that input. So B3, this is the output, comma, input is G3, this is the input. Okay. Now come to the second instantiation statement, this. So I'm writing for this component. So XOR is the name of the predefined component, X1 is the label, and inside the bracket B2. This is B2. Then it has this XOR component has 2 inputs. One is G3 and one is G2. So this I have written after writing B2. Now it is G3 and G2. Now instantiation statement number 3. It is for my this XOR gate whose label is X2. It has output B1 an input G2 and G1. So you can see here B1, B2, G1. Then instantiation statement number 4. It is for my this XOR gate. So here XOR X3 is the label and B0 is the output. Then G1 and G0 are the inputs. This is G0 and this is G1. So in this way, this is the structure model. Now this is the test bench here, right? So this is the module under test, right? I have used the structure module. We can use either structure, Dataflow or Verilog, whatever here, whatever 3 modules we have written, we can use any one. And here it is a test bench, right? Module, test bench is the name. Then read 3:0G, wire 3:0B. Okay, so and here we have assigned the various values to the input G at different time interval, right? So now we will run this program and see how it works. I will take this code. Okay, first gray to binary. I will copy this structure module. Okay, here I have to write output. Okay. Now I will write the test bench. Okay. Right. So I will test. I will first check the syntax of my structure module. It is okay. Now I will check the syntax of my test bench. It is okay. Now I will simulate this test bench. Okay, we check here. So you see the gray input is 0010 at this time, right? At this time 16ns it is 0010. So if it is 0010, then what should be the binary output? Gray is 0010. You can see here 0010. This. If gray input is 0010, then binary output should be 0011. So we see that, see this binary output is 0011, and if the gray input is 0011, right, if it is 0011, you check here, 0011 is the gray input, so the binary output will be this 0010. You check this, binary output is 0010. So this code is perfectly working as a 4-bit gray to binary code converter.